Friday Night Rivals pregame show is sponsored by Food City.
Welcome into game number 6 of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by ETSU Health. This is the Food City pregame show. Tonight's game is a Region 1 6A matchup in Northeast Tennessee between West Ridge and Science Hill. The Hilltoppers enter tonight's game with a record of 3-3. I asked Science Hill head coach Stacy Carter to assess his team's play so far this season.
Coming in the season, we knew we had a good defensive front, and on offense, we had some questions. We had to change some people around, and our offensive line has kind of been carousel too. We've had some people injured, and we had some young guys we've been trying to get in. So we think right now we're probably getting them in probably the best place we've been all year. We think our performance has been pretty good, other than a few big mistakes in the Maryville game that got us behind. But I think we're getting better. It's never exactly where you want it to be. You know, if you say it's where you want it to be, you won every game. So we're not there, but we feel like we're in a good place to make a good run right now.
What are some areas of your team that have been a pleasant surprise for you this season?
The defensive front. So, we had a lot of guys that had come in and lost a lot of guys, but they came in and did a good job for us. Not a surprise that linebackers, those guys were back. Also, probably, in the last couple of games, how we've been throwing the ball and how we've been able to, get the ball downfield and score some points. So that's been a big deal for us. We have some guys we can get it to, and we've expanded on that a little bit the last couple of weeks.
At Maryville, you decided to make a change of quarterback in the second half. Then Spencer started last week, his first start. You touched on the passing game. How has that changed the offense, having Spencer in a quarterback?
He gets more downfield threat. I mean, he can throw it downfield and accurate, and has a lot of arm strength. And we got a couple guys we can get it to. Also, we've had some, inexperience on the offensive line. We were doing a lot of option, running the ball, and it's hard to do that with inexperience on the offensive line because you're going to make so many mistakes. And still, we have, Jay Sean's still part of it too. I mean, he is a great kid and has been a great player for us and is going to continue to be a great player. But I think it has helped us throwing the ball downfield and able to for people to stack the box on us and letting us be more of a passing attack.
After your win at William Blount last week, you now at least control your own destiny in the region in terms of getting a home playoff game. If you win the rest of your region games, you would get a home playoff game. Certainly that is one of the goals before the season. Obviously winning the region as well, you can still do that, but that's kind of out of your hands depending on how Jeff County does.
Yeah, and we kind of messed that up at the Jeff County game. I mean, with their opportunities to win it about 3 times, and we kept messing it up with either penalties. So it's kind of, the destiny for us is we just win. I mean, we have to win all our games. We're going to host a playoff game, and whatever happens, it's going to happen. We're not in control of that now. So we took that away on those few plays. But we got to do our part right now, and we think we can do that as long as our team can come together. We can eliminate penalties and keep making big plays. We think we got a good shot at being able to do that.
What's the message to the team that we touched on about having a home playoff game? You still control your destiny to that. How important is it to finish strong and to get a home playoff game here, not have to make another long road trip perhaps in round 1 of the playoffs?
Well, it's huge. I think last year we were able to stay here and win 3 games, which was, 2 games, which was outstanding. To be able to come here and play here was great. So this year we need to strive for that. I think it gives you advantage not being on the road like that, and I think it will help. I think it's very important.
Next up is West Ridge. What have you seen from the Wolves on film this year?
I'm very impressed with the quarterback, and I know those guys well over there. Coached a lot of them, coached with a lot of those guys on the coaching staff, and they're always well coached. I mean, Justin Hilton does a great job on defense. Used to do our defense for us the South, but he knows what he's doing, and he's always going to have these guys in the right place, and they're going to be well coached. And I think they've been able to get the ball downfield, some things they haven't been able to do in a while. So that kind of has changed their offense and able to score more points. So I think it's going to be a great football game. I think we better be ready.
What's going to be a key for Science Hill to get a win on Friday night?
We got to eliminate the penalties and the mistakes that we made and get off to a good start and we'll have to run the football. Even though we're talking about throwing, we got to establish the run, and we're going to run first and be able to move the ball on the ground. And then we got to keep hitting those big plays that we've hit. And on defense, we can't give up the big play. We can't give up, let the good quarterback scramble out and make big plays on us. We got to be able to, they're going to make some, but we can't give up a lot of those. So I think that's the keys for success.
Coming up next, don't miss our conversation with West Ridge head coach Justin Hilton as his Wolves look for a big road win tonight in Johnson City.
Why buy your new Lexus from Lexus of Kingsport?
Customers always leave here smiling because the amount of time we spend with them, we put the customer first. That's our #1 priority, is to take care of each customer when they walk in the door.
Lexus of Kingsport. Our commitment to customer satisfaction sets us apart.
At Citizens Bank, we believe in the communities we serve. With locations throughout the Tri-Cities and Knoxville, Citizens Bank is the trusted partner to work alongside your business and family in accomplishing financial goals. As a family-owned bank founded and headquartered in Northeast Tennessee, a big part of our success is your success. So stop by a branch or visit citizensbank24.com today and get to know the citizens in your community.
Country Thunder Bristol returns October 6th and 7th at Bristol Motor Speedway. Join me, Stormy Warren, and country superstars Eric Church, Brooks and Dunn, Jelly Roll, Randy Hauser, and so many more. Get your tickets and camping now at countrythunder.com.
Welcome to the big leagues, where our go-kart all-stars take personal shopping to the next level. They always bring their A game, so you get groceries carefully selected specifically for you. These are passionate professionals, ensuring every fruit and vegetable, every cut of meat is exactly the way you like it. This is plump. That is juicy. And this is lean. Order go-kart curbside pickup online for personal shopping at the highest level.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop online at eddiestrophies.com.
West Ridge is 4-1 on the season. The Wolves' only loss came against Dobbins-Bennett. Tonight they have a chance to pick up their first ever win against Science Hill. I asked West Ridge head coach Justin Hilton for his thoughts about his team through their first 5 games.
Offensively, we have improved quite a bit, especially in the offensive line. I feel like our quarterback and receivers are getting on the same page. Defensively, had some injuries there early on, had to replace a safety and move some guys around. So I feel like we're just now getting our personnel in the places that they need to be.
As you start the second half of your season, is this about the time where you kind of have a sense of your identity as a team and as you make your push towards the postseason?
Yeah, I think so. But our identity kind of forms on what the other team's going to give us, especially offensively. I do feel like we have a lot more confidence in our passing game than we have in the past couple of years, so we're much more balanced than we have been.
Last year, the passing game was a struggle for you guys. What does that open up when you can complete those passes? What does that do for the rest of the offense, especially maybe the running game?
It definitely lightens the box. And so when they've got to move those guys out of the box to worry about our receivers, then Trey can run, or our running backs have more room to run. And having a quarterback that can run as well keeps them from just keying on our running backs.
What are some areas of your team that you've been surprised by pleasantly through the first 5 games?
Defensive line's played really well. We've gotten some depth on that, been able to roll some different guys in. And then in our offensive line, we were starting a freshman there for 2 games. He ended up getting injured, and we had to play an older guy back in there. But I feel like the lines of scrimmage is where we've built our most depth.
What are some areas where you're still seeking improvement from the team?
In the secondary, it's been a little bit of a rotational door there for some people. But the guys that have gotten in have shown some promise, and they've improved. And so we just keep trying to find that right group to click together.
This week you're going to Science Hill for a 2nd straight season. They just made a recent change at quarterback. So what does that do when you kind of their first 4 games of film, they look much different than what they put out there last Friday night?
When they had Schwartz in there at quarterback, he was running it a whole lot more. The formations were a little bit different. Now that they've made the change, it seems like it's opened up their passing game quite a bit. and giving their running back more room to maneuver around. So we're ready for both. We're anticipating that we'll see both quarterbacks play, but I'm sure they're pleased with what they've seen with the kid that came in.
Their running back is someone you're familiar with from David Crockett. With Emil, you probably thought, okay, maybe we want to play him anymore, at least not at Science Hill, but what does he bring to this team?
He's great. He runs hard, wants the ball in critical situations. He gave us fits last year when he was with David Crockett. He's continued to improve with Science Hill. So it's going to be a challenge stopping him running the ball behind their offensive line, and now that you've got the threat of him throwing it downfield, it should just make him even more lethal.
Is this a game where Trey, the message of, a 3 to 4 yard run on a scramble is a good play in this game, just moving the chains, it's just all about avoiding those negative yardage where you don't want to be in 2nd and 15, 3rd and 11?
That's really been our mantra the whole season. We don't want any negative plays because we are not very good in 1st and 15 or 2nd and 12. So we can't give up sacks. We can't turn the football over, and as long as we're staying, and you hear everybody say this, but as long as we're staying on schedule with our offense, then we should be fine.
You're 1-1 in the region, as is Science Hill, but for you guys, everything is in front of you in terms of if you win the rest of your region games, you get worse, you'll be sharing championship. What's the message to the team, and everything you want is still out there in front of you?
We aligned our goals with where we are now, and we're still in really good shape. We'd like to have that Dobbins-Bennett game back, where we had the big lead and then kind of fell apart there. So hopefully we learn from that. Moving forward, the two biggest conference games that we're going to have are coming up this week and next week. We need to come out and take care of business this week. But yeah, we're sitting in a really good spot if we'll just come out and play well and not shoot ourselves in the foot.
What is it like, though, when you get ready for these games? This is why you do everything, the workouts in January and spring practice and those early morning workouts. It's all for games like this, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's kind of the challenge as you go through the season. It's hard to get up every single week. You hear college coaches talk about that all the time, but you've got certain ones circled on the schedule. There's a whole lot of reasons that this one's important to us. Obviously, for the conference, there's a lot of relationships with the coaches' staff. A lot of their players played in the middle schools that feed into our school and decided to go there. So there's a whole lot of interesting things that are going into this game, and our guys are excited about it.
What would it mean to get a win over one of the two big schools around there, DB Science Hill? I haven't beaten either of them yet. Is that something these guys just are starving for? I think it's time for us to do it. In baseball and in basketball, we've done it. It's happened, and a lot of these guys played on those teams, so it's not a mythical creature that we're trying to go slay. I don't think these guys have had success against those teams. It's just time for us to do it in football. What's the 1 or 2 keys that you're going to want to see from your team to get a win on Friday night?
We've got to tackle. We've got to tackle well in space. I'm sure that they're going to put us in those positions. We can't turn the football over, and then on the flip side, we're trying to limit their explosive plays. We have to make a couple, and we have the offense this year that can.
Coming up next, we'll go inside the numbers on tonight's matchup between West Ridge and Science Hill.
Monday, Fox 39 News at 10.
I just thought, well, let's just start with 20 meals.
I'm Andrew McClung. We're cooking up a Good Stuff story that's a mother's startup business showing her son's talent and skills to their community.
The Good Stuff. Fox 39 News at 10, Monday.
Legend has it there was once a man who climbed the same mountain each morning, rewarding his summit with a smoky sausage biscuit from Pal's.
I love these savory, juicy Smokies. These mountains will henceforth be known as the Smoke. No! Bird! No, please, come back! My Smoky!
Locals say you can still hear his cries today. Pal's, great food in a flash.
Welcome to the big leagues, where our go-kart all-stars take personal shopping to the next level. They always bring their A-game, so you get groceries carefully selected specifically for you. These are passionate professionals, ensuring every fruit and vegetable, every cut of meat is exactly the way you like it. This is plump. That is juicy. And this is lean. Order go-kart curbside pickup online for personal shopping at the highest level.
When it comes to all-wheel drive vehicles, nobody gives you more to choose from than Toyota.
With over 20 different choices, including the best-selling Camry, the best-selling RAV4, the best-selling Tacoma,
The all-new Crown, the all-new Prius, the all-electric BZ4X, and the all-new Grand Highlander.
all come with the traction you need for confident driving.
Any road, any weather.
The more you know, the more you'll drive Toyota.
Let's go places.
Gordon Ramsay is back.
This is your kitchen.
To help failing restaurants.
You shut up.
Cook another day.
You need to own it.
Monday night at 8 on Fox 39.
Welcome back to the Food City pregame show. Let's go inside the numbers on tonight's matchup between West Ridge and Science Hill. Science Hill is 3-3 on the season, while West Ridge is 4-1. Both teams 1-1 in region play. Now, Science Hill still looking for their first home win of the season. Toppers are 0-2 at home, but they're 3-1 on the road. Meanwhile, West Ridge, they're 2-0 on the road, 2-1 at home. Science Hill leads this brief all-time series amongst these two programs 2-0. Well, there's only one thing left to do before kickoff. That's make some predictions. The Prep Picks crew up next as we continue our countdown to kickoff.
Welcome to the big leagues, where our go-kart all-stars take personal shopping to the next level. They always bring their A game, so you get groceries carefully selected specifically for you. These are passionate professionals, ensuring every fruit and vegetable, every cut of meat is exactly the way you like it. This is plump. That is juicy. And this is lean. Order Go-Kart curbside pickup online for personal shopping at the highest level.
Country Thunder Bristol returns October 6th and 7th at Bristol Motor Speedway. Join me, Stormy Warren, and country superstars Eric Church, Brooks and Dunn, Jelly Roll, Randy Hauser, and so many more. Get your tickets and camping now at countrythunder.com.
When it comes to all-wheel drive vehicles, nobody gives you more to choose from than Toyota.
With over 20 different choices, including the best-selling Camry, the best-selling RAV4, the best-selling Tacoma,
The all-new Crown, the all-new Prius, the all-electric BZ4X, and the all-new Grand Highlander.
all come with the traction you need for confident driving.
Any road, any weather.
The more you know, the more you'll drive Toyota.
Let's go places.
Over the last 20 plus years, we've learned a lot of what our customers love.
Like how 75% of our customers are converting their tubs into showers to help prevent falls.
Or how our customers put their trust in us, which is why we only send trained bath fitter installers into your home.
Or how our customers love that we give our best price up front on your remodel.
Over the last 20 years, we've grown as a family and a company. Go with the folks you know and trust.
Give the Bath Fitter family a call today for that free in-home estimate.
Welcome into week 7 of Prep Picks. Heather Williams, along Cole Johnson, and Steve Wilmot from ESPN Tri-Cities, TriCitiesSports.com. Steve has caught me for second place, or I have joined him in last place, depending on how you look at it. Cole now has a 2-game lead. Steve, we are not going to let the new guy beat us, are we? Let's see if we can make up some ground this week, starting in Northeast Tennessee in a big one between unbeaten Elizabethton and Dobbins-Bennett.
Yeah, let's just get right to it this week. You know, this matchup, we've been waiting a long time for this matchup, about 16 years. Both of these teams bring defenses into this game that should be disconcerting to the opposing offenses. Look what Elizabethton did to Sullivan East last week. Dobbins-Bennett against the Morristown East Hurricane team. That was more like a Category 1 hurricane, as our friend Dave Gertz would say. This Cyclone team, this is a full-fledged Category 5 Dobbins-Bennett's got to deal with. If Dobbins-Bennett can continue to play the kicking game well, play defense well enough, they can pull off what I believe might be considered the upset. I've got to pick Dobbins-Bennett. Yes, I will pick the Indians in this one. I've got to go home and live in Kingsport.
Yeah, well, I don't. I stay here in Bristol. So, yeah, I mean, Dobbins-Bennett's been playing really well. They've, like you said, they've been starting in good field position. They've scored 40 points the last 2 games. But, you know, you'd think, yeah, they're playing a 4A school. This is a win, right? But the problem is that 4A school is Elizabethton. The way they've been playing, the way they showed out on the road last week at Sullivan East, I'm going Elizabethton.
I honestly believe that Elizabethton is the best team in Northeast Tennessee. I'm joining Cole on this one, which doesn't help me in the standings, but I'm going with Elizabethton. Our Friday night rivals game of the week this week, West Ridge and Science Hill will do battle in a huge Region 1 6A matchup, which will go a long way to deciding the playoffs. Cole, Which team will keep pace with Jeffco for a shot at the region title?
I like Science Hill in this one. I don't think Westridge is quite there yet. I think Science Hill stays on top. At the top of the hill, they're going to win this.
Yeah, I like Science Hill too, but probably not by as much as what I might have thought a couple of weeks ago. I think Westridge is doing some really good things. It's hard to imagine the loser of this game finding a path to a home game in the playoffs, but I think Science Hill has just a little bit too much speed for the Wolves, and I'll take the Toppers.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep and go with Science Hill in this one. Another Southwest Virginia crossover game this week for Tennessee High, as the Vikings will play host to Gate City on Friday night. Steve, can they make it 2 in a row over their friends from the Commonwealth?
Well, Gate City last week really took it on the chin to Union offensively. Only 6 first downs, -4 in the turnover margin, less than 100 yards total offense. Meanwhile, Tennessee High was really running on Abingdon last week, got that ground game going. Gate City gave up 337 yards to Union. All those numbers tell me to pick Tennessee High.
Yeah, I got a chance to stop by practices of both squads this week, talk to the coaches. This is going to be a good football game, I think. Talking to Coach Jeremy Housewright today, he said they're fine. There's no panic over at Gate City. He said that's been the message. They're right in the same spot they actually were last year. They're not any worse than they were off. So this could be a huge game for them to make a statement at Tennessee High. But I'm thinking too highly right now on the Tennessee High side of things. At home, I'm going with the home team.
I'm also going to make it a clean sweep and go with the Vikings. So everyone had Honaker on their radar to be a player in Class 1 in Virginia. Not as many had Chilhowie, but this game is 5-0 versus 4-1. Cole, who do you like?
So what Reed Sturgill in his first year as head coach at Chilhowie has done is incredible. To go from 0-11 to 4-1, that's a major accomplishment in itself for this program, no matter what happens the rest of the season. They have the hardest part coming up, not only Honaker this week, but then they have Rye Cove, they have Patrick Henry coming up. This is where you kind of come back to reality. Honaker's been our #1 team, probably the best team in 1A in Southwest Virginia all year long. We've all had them. I can't see them losing their first game at home to Chilhowie. Chilhowie puts up a fight, though, but I'm going to the Tigers.
Yeah, first half of the Chilhowie schedule, 6-12 are the teams that they've played. Next 5 games, as Cole mentioned, a whole lot different. Still a great turnaround for Chilhowie, already going from 0 wins to 4. But this is Honaker, a team that's averaged 50 points a game. It's going to be very, very tough. We thought that maybe Grundy might have a little bit for Honaker coming off that upset of Patrick Henry last week. Not so much. We'll stick with Honaker.
Obviously, I'm going to pick Honaker, but I think that Chilhowie has a chance to really show us what they have this year for later in the season. Finally, Steve, an interesting showdown in Southwest Virginia between 2 red-hot teams right now. Union at Twin Springs.
Union at Twin Springs. We've never said that before.
No,
These
we
two
have
teams
not.
have never played. Twin Springs comes in putting a whole lot of points up on offense, but this Union team has averaged or only allowed 14 points to its 4 Virginia opponents all year. Twin Springs, I think, can score a little, but I think Union, this is just too much for Union coming into Nicholsville. I'll take the Bears here.
Yeah, I got a chance to go by Twin Springs before the season started, and what Keith Warner and the company are doing are pretty good. I expected them to be 4-0 going into this game, but not as dominant. They're scoring 48 points per game. The way Union has played with the win on the road at Graham and then the way they performed last week against Gate City, I can't go against Union. I'm sticking with the Bears here.
So Twin Springs may be one of the top Class 1 schools in Virginia. They'll certainly be able to put up points with the best of them. But Union's a Class 2 school, and they've proven a couple weeks ago with their win over Graham, they're one of the best Class 2 schools in Virginia, so we'll make it a clean sweep and go with Union. And because I know people can't get enough of Prep Picks, we've added a new dimension this season, a YouTube show, more games plus 2 more panelists. Episode 7 is on the WCYB YouTube channel right now. And remember, you can get all your scores and highlights Friday at 11:15 on Friday Night Huddle.
The Westridge Wolves versus the Science Hill Hilltoppers are Toyota's Friday night rivals. Friday, September 29th on Fox 39 WEMT. Toyota's Friday night rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
Welcome to the big leagues, where our go-kart all-stars take personal shopping to the next level. They always bring their A game, so you get groceries carefully selected specifically for you. These are passionate professionals, ensuring every fruit and vegetable, every cut of meat is exactly the way you like it. This is plump. That is juicy. And this is lean. Order go-kart curbside pickup online for personal shopping at the highest level.
Our multi-platform severe weather alert system immediately provides you severe storm alerts, storm warnings, tornado warnings. Use the QR code to download our weather app. Choose your severe weather alert system. It's your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Severe weather alerts and warnings every time, for every condition, on every platform.
The adventurous RAV4. It's ready to go anywhere, anytime.
Year after year, this is the best-selling SUV in America.
If you're looking for an all-wheel drive vehicle, you can't go wrong with the new Toyota.
Now, during Toyota's Truck and SUV Month, you can get 3.99 APR financing on a new RAV4.
Or 4.99 APR on the electrified RAV4 Hybrid. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota Truck and SUV Month. The choice is yours.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Be sure to catch Your Place Inside and Out every week for awesome home improvement tips and tricks that can better your home.
Every Friday on News 5 at 5:30 and Fox 39 News at 10. Sponsored by The Window Source.
And welcome to Science Hill High School. It is homecoming weekend for the Toppers, and they're announcing their 2023 Athletics Hall of Fame class being introduced before tonight's game. It is a lengthy list of inductees. Of course, a lot of athletes, a big school here at Science Hill. They'll be officially inducted into the Hall of Fame Saturday morning, but a lot of great past athletes from Science Hill in attendance for tonight and being honored into the Hall of Fame. Now, this game tonight, West Ridge, Science Hill, big game in Region 1, 6A. Both of these teams 1-1 in region play. They're tied for third place right now, trailing Dobbins-Bennett. Jefferson County leading the way undefeated. West Ridge, their one loss to Dobbins-Bennett. Science Hill, they lost to Jefferson County. So the winner tonight, they will stay in the hunt for a home playoff game, potentially even the region championship. The loser will be on the road in all likelihood for the playoffs if they qualify. As for tonight's game, we have a new quarterback for West Ridge. It's Bryson Horn.
Yeah, he wears number 12. He's a senior. He's stepping into the starting lineup tonight for injured Trey Frazier. He came in the game last week in the second half and led the Wolves to a 43-7 victory over David Crockett. The Wolves are going to be looking for another big showing out of Horn tonight if they want to stay on top of Science Hill.
And Trey Frazier, he suffered that injury last week, sharing room with Stacey Carter, head coach of Science Hill. I did talk to Frazier. Unfortunately, his season is over. You hate to see that, but he said he will be back in time for basketball season for West Ridge. Meanwhile, for Science Hill, their offense really been led this year by Javon Emil, the running back.
Yeah, he wears number 3. He's a senior. He's rushed for over 600 yards this season and 6 touchdowns. He's averaging over 15 yards per catch out of the backfield and has 1 TD through the air. He's also returns kicks for Science Hill. He's averaging 23 yards per kickoff return. Keep your eye on number 3 tonight for the Hilltoppers.
All right, these two coaches know each other very well. They used to work together at Sullivan South. Stacey Carter was the head coach. Justin Hilton worked for him. Now they're going head-to-head tonight for the third time with West Ridge and Science Hill. Kickoff is coming up next from Kermit Tipton Stadium. Don't touch that remote.
Country Thunder Bristol returns October 6th and 7th at Bristol Motor Speedway. Join me, Stormy Warren, and country superstars Eric Church, Brooks and Dunn, Jelly Roll, Randy Hauser, and so many more. Get your tickets and camping now at countrythunder.com.
When it comes to the analysis of what really happened in the Vols game, nobody knows it better than the players.
The men who wore the orange.
And the players that wear the orange today.
That's why we partnered up with the players. Join us each week for the Volunteer Club Locker Room, powered by Spire Sports. Analysis from the guys who played here and still play here today.
Watch the Volunteer Club Locker Room, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 39 WEMT.
Every new Toyota is built for you.
Your adventure, your commute.
Your style, your comfort, your choice.
Now, during Toyota's Truck and SUV Month, choose from our extensive lineup of the longest-lasting vehicles out there.
Like the best-selling Tacoma, as comfortable off the road as it is on.
Now get 3.99 APR financing on a rugged new Tacoma, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota Truck and SUV Month. The choice is yours.
Toyota, let's go places.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
All right, the Sky 5 drone powered by Guardian Foundation Repair, flying high above Science Hill High School at Steve Spurrier Field. The 4-1 Wolves out of West Ridge, 3-3 Science Hill. Time now for the coin toss.
This evening's coin toss is sponsored by the Tennessee Army National Guard.
All right, West Ridge, they won the toss, and they said, give us the football. So we will see Bryson Horn making his first varsity starting quarterback for the Wolves tonight, and his offense will be out on the field first. And Science Hill will wait and see their offense in a bit. That is the coin toss. As for the weather tonight, the final Friday of the month of September, it is perfect. 74 degrees at kickoff, partly cloudy. Going to be a beautiful night. We've been very lucky. The last several weeks did not start off that way at the beginning of the season, Coach, but we got into a groove now weather-wise.
Yeah, we'll take this weather anytime. Friday night football, 74 degrees. You can't beat that.
All right, so Science Hill will kick things off. That means we'll see Max Teran kick off, and certainly he's working with Doug Blevins, a renowned kicking coach, used to be at Emory and Henry, spent some time at ETSU, worked with some guys, Justin Tucker, the Baltimore Ravens. He worked with him many years ago, so we'll see what Science Hill has here in store. Carter Lockman is actually going to kick off tonight. Max Teran not going to get the kickoff here, so we'll go with 37 Carter Lockman. And we are underway here on a beautiful night. A little short kick into the corner. It's going to take a bounce, and it looks like Science Hill might have come down with that ball.
Yeah, he was sitting there waiting. I don't know if he had possession in bounds or not. We're going to see right here. The officials are discussing it right now.
As Rylan Jordan, I think, that came down with the football. Now they're going to say West Ridge football.
Yeah, Jordan took it out of bounds there. He didn't have his feet down when he possessed the ball. You'll see it right here on the replay. A great kick trying to pit him over here on the side.
Yeah, I think it was a good call. I don't think his feet ever were in bounds with the ball. Right there, Caleb Mabb there for West Ridge let that one go, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 18-yard line. So that's where West Ridge will start their first possession with Bryson Horn. And they're going to come out with three receivers all at the top of the screen. Man in motion. Going to be a handoff on first down for a pickup of 3 yards for Chase Gill.
Yeah, they ran over there to the wide side of the field. The ball got loose. Science Hill saying they had the football.
The ball came out there, and Science Hill recovered. All right, quickly here, let's get our keys to the game.
You can see for the Wolves, they need to move the chains. They just put themselves in a hole right there. On offense, they got to have a balanced attack, running the ball and passing the ball. Got to hold on to it. Then on defense, they got to put pressure on the quarterback tonight. We can see right now, let's go to Science Hill's offense.
Yeah, Spencer Taylor, his first home start. He started last week for the first time for Science Hill, and he's going to hand off to Javon Emile on first down. He's going to pick up about 3 yards. Will Emile. And we get a timeout now for West Ridge, an early timeout for the Wolves. We'll take a look at the Science Hill offense in the meantime. Again, Spencer Taylor, we touched on. They have some speed on the outside. Stephen Famoy and Emmett Watson, those guys can fly, and that's why they made the change at quarterback to Spencer Taylor. He's more of a passing threat. So this Science Hill offense, great field position for their first play. Now West Ridge calling a timeout with that sudden change. Their defense going to have to make a stop with their backs against the wall. Sawyer Tate, someone you'll see on both sides of the ball. The big guys up front there, Noah Tipton, Carson Abbott, they're going to have to hold their own at the line of scrimmage and let those linebackers fly to the football.
Yeah, you got West Ridge. They got to slow down the explosive passing game tonight. Right now, you're looking for Science Hill to run the ball where they have great field position. It's going to be second and about 6. And then on offense, offense for Science Hill, they want to move the ball, move the chains, and get down the field here with this field position on, looks like it's about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Justin Hilton, head coach at West Ridge, not too happy with his start there with a turnover on the first play of the game. So inside the Toyota red zone, Science Hill, Spencer Taylor looking over to the sideline. They got 4 receivers and Emil in the backfield.
Yeah, to get things spread out here.
And he's going to throw it. Taylor is under pressure. He's rolling out. He fires that out of bounds. He was under pressure. There is a flag down. Might have been holding maybe in the backfield perhaps.
Yeah, West Ridge put great pressure up front that time.
Number 76, 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
They play a 3-4 defense, and that time they walked the linebacker up to the outside, and they were putting pressure on the quarterback with just rushing 4. Everybody else was in pass coverage.
So that was a holding penalty against the center, Noah Whitehead, for Science Hill. Now the ball goes out to the 27-yard line of West Ridge. You see Jay-Sean Schwartz is out there, number 11. He was the starting quarterback for the first half of the season, but he's the captain of the team, and he's going to be used in other ways now. That quarterback is Stephen Famoyan with a short catch. That's going to set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, he was just doing a little flat pass out there, and defense came up hard that time, and it was able to stop him for no gain. Matter of fact, he might have lost a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 12.
There's Stacy Carter, head coach of Science Hill. 14th season, came here in 2010. Gonna have trips to the bottom of the screen for Science Hill. 1 receiver at the top. 3rd and 13. West Ridge bringing some pressure with their front across the middle. Tip. Nice defensive play right there by Mab for West Ridge.
Yeah, West Ridge brought pressure that time again with just 4 guys and dropping everyone else into coverage. Excellent job in the secondary that time. No one was open and threw it a little high. You had 3 defenders right there for the Wolves.
Ryan Stidham also, so now it's 4th and 13 at the 24-yard line. Science Hill is going to go for it. What a stop this would be for West Ridge if they're able to get this ball back without surrendering any points after fumbling on the first play. Taylor, he's going to decide to tuck it and run. He's got to get 13 yards, and he's going to come up well short.
Once again, great defense out of the Wolves right there in the middle, coming up to make the stop that time. Looked like it was 45 that came up there at the first hit, maybe 22. Stidham right there in the middle linebacker.
Yeah, Ryan Stidham there made the tackle, so a big early win for this West Ridge defense after the offense turns it over on the first play of the game. They hold Science Hill without any points. Now the offense is back on the field with Bryson Horn.
Same formation as they had before with the tight end on the left side.
We got a quick throw to the outside. That's going to be Sawyer Tate, I believe. Here's this West Ridge offense now. Ethan Amix, he had a long touchdown run a couple weeks ago. Sawyer Tate had a big game last week in a win over David Crockett. And Tatum tipped in Mims, Osborne, Cito up front, going to have to help out their quarterback, making his first start at the varsity level tonight in Bryson Horn. Tate in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Gill. Gill's got some running room. Chase Gill, a first down.
Yeah, Gill was holding on to that ball tight that time. He had both hands on it coming through the line of scrimmage. Even when he got past the linebackers into the secondary, he was able to move the chains there.
Here's the Science Hill defense. Baylor Necessary, the linebacker, Zeph Fijak. They played a lot of football. Those two will be around the ball a lot tonight. West Ridge going quick here. It's Gill again. Chase Gill, the senior, with a couple yards up the middle.
Yeah, I believe Necessary came up there as the middle linebacker, got a hit in on him. This formation they threw out last time was just a little spot pass out there to give the quarterback confidence. I don't look for anything long right now. You can see Science Hill's in man coverage out there.
Horn's going to throw it out to Tate. Trying to follow some blocks out in front of him, and Tate turns that into a nice game. The penalty marker comes in.
Yeah, that was just a little swing pass out to the right side, more like what some people call a stopper pass.
Holding offense number 10, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Must have been on the wide out there on the outside, going to block, and flag came in right over to the sideline.
Is that the one thing when you throw those quick throws out to receivers and then the other receivers have the block?
Yeah, it makes it tough out there, and you're on an island so the officials can see exactly what's going on. You can see the official standing over on the sideline. There's a wide man out there. Yeah, he's locked in there just a little bit.
So you're saying it's easier to hold for the big guys because they're all tight in there together.
Yeah, in there, not much space going on in there. Big guys grabbing big guys.
We got a marker here.
Space.
Maybe some movement against West Ridge.
Yeah, look like
snap. Ball start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Yeah, that was a right tackle there, Osborne. Got a little head start there. That's going to make it tough. 2 penalties in a row there. We got 2nd and 20.
So West Ridge got a first down, but since then they've gone backwards with back-to-back penalties.
They went to a 2-by-2 this time with a stack set on the outside.
They're going to throw it out to Sawyer Tate. He makes the catch, but he has nowhere to go. He is brought down quickly by Zeph Fijak.
Yeah, great play there coming up from his outside linebacker position. Tried to make a move right here. See, he just gets wrapped up right here. Brought down immediately. Now you got 3rd and 20. That was able to keep Science Hill out of the end zone after giving them the ball last time in their territory. They need to get some positive yardage here tonight. See, we might see a screen pass. Looks like Science Hill's sending a lot of guys.
Oh, about a bobbled snap by Horns, picked up, but a big loss on the play as Science Hill's Trevor Whitson comes in and makes the tackle, and that was a disaster for West Ridge.
Yeah, Whitson was coming from the start on the outside. You could see here he's coming up hard. And then they had a bad snap, went over the quarterback's head, and he just made the tackle there for a big loss all the way back to inside the 10-yard line.
So now West Ridge will be punting this ball out of their own end zone.
They had the ball up to like the 29-yard line, 39-yard line, and now they're punting from their end zone.
Dylan Four is going to punt this one away. 2 toppers run into each other in the end zone. Science Hill is going to get really good field position for the 2nd straight time. And this ball is going to be stopped at the 41-yard line, and we're going to take a timeout on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Adventurous RAV4. It's ready to go anywhere, anytime.
Year after year, this is the best-selling SUV in America.
If you're looking for an all-wheel drive vehicle, you can't go wrong with the new Toyota.
Now, during Toyota's Truck and SUV Month, you can get 3.99 APR financing on a new RAV4.
Or 4.99 APR on the electrified RAV4 Hybrid. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota Truck and SUV Month. The choice is yours.
Toyota. Let's go places.
When you're working on your game, recovering from an injury, or just having a little fun, the physicians at both
All right, welcome back to Science Hill, the Sky 5 drone powered by Guardian Foundation Repair. So Science Hill will get the ball now for the 2nd time. The first time they started with the ball at the 21-yard line of West Ridge. They got no points. This time they're going to start at the 41-yard line of West Ridge. So some great field position. Science Hill has to take advantage of this.
Yeah, they need to, but right now the Wolves out of their 3-4 look, they're playing great defense. You can see they walked the linebacker up on the outside here on the short side of the field.
All right, it's going to be a toss to Emil on first down. The defense for West Ridge really making them go east and west, and they knock them backwards for a loss of 1.
Yeah, coming up hard there on the outside. It might have been Click, number 16, outside linebacker, coming up. Then you got the tackle. A lot of players in on that tackle that time.
Yeah, Dylan Joyner, number 34, leading the way for West Ridge.
Science Hill's got them spread out.
West Ridge bringing some pressure up the middle on Taylor. He's going to roll out, throw back across his body, complete to Stephen Famoyan. And what a play that was by Spencer Taylor, avoiding the rush and getting that ball away.
Yeah, Gill was putting pressure on from the outside that time. They would slip out there in the flats. It's wide open. You can see him crossing here on the field. Catches the ball and turns it up. Easy yardage there for Science Hill once they got away from the pressure.
And that's not as easy of a throw as it made it look. They're rolling left, throwing back to the right.
Yeah, and throwing a good pass. Yeah, that's tough. Throwing across your body.
All right, Taylor going to come out throwing on first down. We have a penalty marker on the play. It's complete to Emil. He's inside the 15, close to the 10, but there is a penalty marker back just behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's Emil coming out of the backfield. He's caught passes like that all year. Another good one right there, but I think it's going to be brought back with a holding penalty.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
That's the second holding penalty against the center for Science Hill, Noah Whitehead. He's a freshman.
Yeah, that's it says it marks off 10 yards, but they were on the 10. So you look at the yardage they lost, so they just lost about 30 yards on that play.
That's where the ball ended up at. Yeah. After that completion there, but a lot of penalties early on in this game. The team's not super sharp out of the gate.
Yeah, it could be tipped at number 66. The nose man there for the Wolves is giving Whitehead a little trouble there at center.
So Science Hill back out to the 39-yard line, 1st and 20. Taylor's going to get the snap here. Under pressure is going to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. People on the sidelines scatter out of the way.
Yeah, Gill once again, number 7 coming up there. I think he was just throwing to get rid of that ball at that time, rolling out a little bit to his right.
It seems pretty obvious that West Ridge is wanted to put Taylor under some pressure here early.
Exactly, and you would think it'd be just the other way around with Science Hill putting Horn under pressure, but it's a flip-flop right now, and they're doing a great job of it. Science Hill's not able to move the ball.
2nd and 20. Looks like they're set up for a screen. Emil has it, and he's got some running room now inside the 25, inside the 20. He was very close to getting a first down, it looks like here. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Nice screen call there on 2nd and long.
Oh, excellent play. You can see everybody's back there again, putting the rush on, just like you draw it up with the screen pass. You can see once he catches the ball, he heads to the outside. And it got great blocking out there. Good move, and he just trips up, or he would have had maybe a touchdown out of that.
All right, there's a penalty marker again on this play. Taylor's going to be brought down and sacked by Carter Sanders. But again, a marker was down, so we'll see what the penalty is.
Yeah, more pressure coming.
Sideline warning on West Ridge. Still 2nd down.
All right, so the play will stand as a sack for Carter Sanders. It's a sideline warning for West Ridge. Last week we saw not only a sideline warning, but then we saw a penalty against Union for a 2nd infraction.
Yeah, and that's going to happen tonight, early in the ball game. So you're talking about we're just about halfway through the first quarter, a little over halfway through, and then you already got a sideline warning. So for the rest of the game, you got to stay back.
If it happens again, it's a 5-yard penalty. Happens a 3rd time, it's a 15-yard penalty. So 2nd and 15 after the sack. We're scoreless here between West Ridge and Science Hill. Just under 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Emil is going to get the handoff up the middle. Not a lot of running room. Is going to set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, right before the ball was snapped, you could see the Wolves shift to the strong side there. was able to stop the run on the left side right here. Nowhere to go.
It's 3rd and 13.
Zone, he's got a man open. It is dropped by Emmett Watson. Not sure if he was going to have his feet in or not anyway.
It was close over there on that sideline, but you can see the cornerback up in his face, man to man. Watson makes a move at the line of scrimmage, gets wide open.
It was going to be close if he caught it, but he did not catch the ball. So 4th and long now for Science Hill. Again, they're leaving the offense on the field. Fourth and 13, there's Stacy Carter.